Use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description. So let's start getting into the Infinite Forbidden, guys. We don't know the TCG imports right now. Just don't look good on the... Okay, so we're gonna go card by card. First card in the set is Dragon Soul of Pride. Some dragon support for all y'all dragon fans. It is a level 8 dragon, so good leveling already. 25-25. Cannot be normal summoner, set must be special summon from your hand by having 25 or more cards in their graveyard. This is just like one of those... It's an interesting card by your opponent having 25 or more cards in their graveyard. So this is like never really going to be live, to be honest, ever, at least turn 1. If you have 25 or more monsters in your graveyard, this card gains 2500 attack. So it's not very good, but you know, it can get up to 5k. Okay. Portal Spirit set. Oh gosh, what happened to my thing? Well, we lost the set list, folks. We're back to... Alright, number 2. Oh yeah, so that is the 0/0 card anyway. So this card's actually really good. This card's actually really, really good. And it's Millennium support, which is pretty cool. So the caveman that awoke after a millennium is a level 8 beast warrior, 2750, 2500, big guy. Cannot be destroyed by monster effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Caveman once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can place it face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. If this card is a continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 to reveal one Millennium Ankh in your hand, special summon this card. So it's a 2750 that gets to special summon itself for free. That's a level 8 by just paying 2,000 life. That is insane to me. I think this is why you see the card be used in basically a lot of decks in the OCG, because it's a great little extender. Also, how's it going, Devin Reeves? What's up, the Pharaoh game? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Nice to see you, Devin. Welcome, new viewer of the Pharaoh game. How you doing? How you doing? Prime Apocalypse, would you consider adding Duality or Shadow's Light to your branded deck for an easy Sanctifier summon? It would never be for the easy Sanctifier summon. It would be for, like, skipping Impermon my Grand Guignol to make Dragoon, and I don't think Dragoon you can really fit into the extra deck right now, and with like Typhon just running around and stuff. Just made a video on like why I don't think Dragoon's very good. I mean, I think the application with Sanctifier is cool. I just don't think it's very practical. So we got to talk about practicality when we're looking for, you know, new tech cards and all that. So, and Duality is a once per turn, so you're going to brick on it. So I don't think it's very optimal right now. So the Cave that awoke after a millennium, I feel like any deck can run this card. It's kind of insane. And then you can add, that's the thing, it's a +1 after that. You can add one Millennium or Senin monster, Sun Genjin, from your deck to your hand. Sun Genjin is that guy. I guess it's a Sun Genjin retran. Senin, I guess it's all the Millennium cards. So like you could run this as an engine with some of the other good extenders and other decks. So very good card, very good card. It's probably going to be a secret rare if I had to guess. It's one of the best cards in the set, by far. You guys will see that in decks too, so definitely be on the lookout for that one, even if you aren't playing Millennium. Case tournament on Saturday. Oh boy, big case tournament. Good luck, Portal Spirit. Best of luck, best of luck. You'll have to send me your list. I'll give you a review if you want. Egan McLaughlin, are we ready to cook some branded Synchro with the new Whitewoods cards? Would love to use Lulu and Dissipator I have. Locals Wednesday, and looking forward to the next Metagames GX tournament. Yes, Egan, I've been appreciating you always participating in the tournaments. You are the real homie. It's been fun to have you come through. Please, also, I think your name's actually Owen, right? Like, because someone said Owen. I think my friend Tristan who dueled against you. So if I've been pronouncing it wrong, I'm terrible. I'm sorry about that. I misplayed. So yeah, no, I think that if you checked out my branded Whitewoods combo video that I did with Raul, you guys, you'll be very happy to know, or you will already know, that I think branded Synchro is quite viable post Infinite Forbidden. I think a lot more cooking is needed. I think we're going to have a deck profile coming out very soon on Synchro branded Despia Whitewoods, so definitely look out for that. But I think that, yeah, no, I think Ever since Baron and Savage got banned, Branded Synchro has kind of lost its identity, in my opinion. It's kind of lost a lot of its power, because before the reason was to run Branded Synchro was that you would have, like, Baron plus a puppet lock, you know? So, like, without that, I mean, it's not really that great. So, we're gonna see how that goes. I think Dissipator is still a nuts card in our deck. Like, that card can be used and abused, so... and we unfortunately can't use it in the versions that prioritize the branded fusion. Mbapp PSG, hello my brother. Do you can you make a reaction to Sure GX new song? I don't know what you mean by that. That doesn't sound Yu-Gi-Oh though, so I probably can't make a reaction to that unless you donate. Card limits. I've been fiddling with Linkbound for being a good deck thinner. Plus, it's good early through late game. Fiddling with a Linkbound. What is Linkbound? You'll have to let me know. So, Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. Maybe this is the other card that you're going to be running with the Beast. The activation of your Ankhs can't be negated. So, this is basically like the extender of the deck that we already have. So, I guess that's okay. It's basically like a branded Lost. Half a branded loss. If this card is in your hand, you can place as you can basically slot it as a continuous spell. And if this card is a spell, you can pay 2,000 or reveal special summon, then add one Shrine of Wenju to your hand. What does this card do? During your main phase, you can place one monster. This is also an Infinite Forbidden, so we'll be reviewing it anyway right here. During your main phase, you can place one monster from your hand face up in your spell trap. Yeah, basically you can just slot any monster from your hand to the spell trap card zone as a spell. That's like really insane synergy for Centurion, I feel like. And then you can place one of the Millennium monsters from your deck into a spell trap card zone, and that's pretty good because obviously you can just get the this guy, or you could get Caveman, and you can just go Omega. You're going +2 at that point with big bodies. So very good cards, frankly. And if one is destroyed, you can place it as a continuous instead of sending it to the graveyard. These cards should be you guys should pick up these Millennium cards. They're really broken as just like inside a Lone Engine. I feel like not enough people are talking about that yet. Shield of the Millennium Dynasty. More Millennium cards cannot be destroyed by spell effects or trap effects. You can only use each of the following effects of shield once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. If this card is a continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 or reveal one Ankh from your hand. Special summon, that you can add one Millennium Ankh. So that's cool. It's another extender. These cards are just so free, man. It's just like unbelievably free. It's a 5 though, so I feel like just like the typing of it too. I mean, it's a big body, but it's just not great. I mean, the fact it can get Ankh though is pretty spicy, but I feel that lends more to a pure build. Millennium Moon Maiden. This thing's weird. Is that a Millennium card? I presume so. Maybe it's just a general support card. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Is it an illusion? It's an illusion. It's a level 4 light illusion. Okay. You can only use the following effects of Maiden once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can place it as your spell in your spell or trap zone as a continuous spell. So this is a way that they're trying to bridge illusions and millenniums. That's pretty cool. If your opponent there's going to be some like Centurion illusion millennium build one day. Those cards have in like Toy Box, like with Whitewoods, like all those they're making like Snake Eyes too with their use and with their access to Packbit. It's really there's a lot going on here that Konami's doing to make monsters abusing the spell and trap card zone really good. If your opponent activates a card while this card is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card. So it's any card, and you can spec it. So it's kind of like Arias in the graveyard. And if you do, your opponent cannot target one level 5 or higher illusion monster your opponent you control with card effects. This isn't very good, to be honest. I mean, it's like okay, but it's like, you know, it's interesting that it bridges the archetypes, I'll say that much, so it has potential for that reason, but outside of that, it's kind of mid. Millennium Fiend Reflection, I've heard this one's decent, right? So also guys, if you guys have any comments on like the cards that we're going through, please let me know. We're going to be reviewing Multchummy, all the like the new Maxx. We're going to be going through all the cards you need to know about with Infinite Forbidden. We're also going to be talking about the Link 1. After that, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. If we get some channel memberships or something, or I don't know, I might be down to do remote duels, so we'll get onto it. But level 4 Wind Illusion. So they're giving them a lot of illusion. Obviously, you can't be destroyed by battle with it. And you can basically slot it, and then when your opponent activates a card or effect, while this is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card, and you can gain like LP equal to half the attack of one of the monsters. That's interesting. It's not very good. Not too much to say about that one. Okay, this one's good though. Dark Magician of Ebon Sorcerer. I've seen a lot of builds around this. It's a level 7 2500 Dark Magician retrain. Spellcaster though, Dark Spellcaster. This card becomes Dark Magician while in the monster zone. So it's pretty good for just Dark Magician decks. But if the effect is generally good, I feel like it will be a pretty good application card in like these engines, or maybe just a really good spearhead like power card for the Millennium deck to like put it into the meta contention, because we saw with the YCS Tokyo, the biggest YCS ever, I think it was Tokyo, like 8,000 people. Millennium made top 32 or top 64, one of the two, and this is post info, so this support's good, guys. So basically, if Shining Stark is on the field, you can spec this card from your hand. So it's very free. It's almost like a Horus card or a Horus monster. If this card is on the field, destroyed by card effect, and so all your cards pop. So you can basically auto destroy this card, and a level 5 or higher monster is on the field. So basically, maybe when you have the dragon for this archetype on the field, or just something else, you can special summon this card, and then you can set one spell or trap card directly from your deck that mentions Dark Magician. So that's like really good, because there's a lot of cards that mention Dark Magician. I'm not the person to talk about that, but you know, this is a really explosive one of. I'm sure it's quite searchable too. So yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be a good card. It's gonna be a cool card in QCR. Alright, here's the Gimmick Puppet cards. Cards that basically we're gonna see get banned eventually, right? Oh, and your friend is right. It's an Irish name that catches a lot of people out. Okay, so I got you. Krabs, how's it going, Krabs? Stream Pog, I love the branded cast. I watched it twice. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no, it was honestly, it was just a great time. Pack is just very knowledgeable about the game, so it's just great to, you know, pick his brain a bit with Yuri Diaz for an hour. I wish I could have done it live to take more viewer questions, but you know, I think we got in as much as we could in the time. Card limits: quick play spell, target one Link monster on your field or in your graveyard, return to the extra deck, draw cards equal to the Link rating, return to the bottom of the deck. So like, what are you gonna be targeting then, like, to make it useful in your deck? Card limits: I have yet to see Millennium and Centurion combo, I think, because it consumes the spell and trap card zones. Well, that's the thing, like, you have to be careful with which archetypes you are synergizing these spell and trap card based decks with. But I think at the end of the day that it will be like you have to have a facilitator and like kind of these pieces that go in the spell and trap card zone. So I think some will work better with than others. I'm just saying, like, I'm putting out all these archetypes. There has to be some like some sort of pile that works with them. Little Soldiers. If this card is normal spec, you can send one Gimmick Puppet monster with a different level from your deck to the graveyard. This card's level becomes that set monsters. So like, we're doing this also because it's really good to, like, in my opinion, like, go through a set before it comes out. You should read all card effects. Like, it's the age-old joke that Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read. So I think this is, you know, we're going to force us to read, you know, we're going to go through every card, we're going to go line by line, word by word, and we're going to learn these cards stat by stat, you know, so we aren't surprised when that comes. So if you're here watching this video, you're going to be, you know, ahead of the game. So basically this gets to consume a level that sends, or become a level that ascends, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 2 Gimmick Puppets you control, increase their levels by 4 until the end of this turn. So I know this is like one of the biggest bricks, so I'm pretty sure it's like a 1 to, I could be wrong, I think it's a 1 of. You know, we just saw Gimmick Puppet strings get like put to 1 in the OCG, and that almost stops the FTK, so, you know, we're gonna have to see how long this kind of deck lasts. Gimmick Puppet Bloody Doll. Level 8, if this card is in your hand, you can reveal Gimmick Puppet Xyz from your extra deck. And this card's insane. Special summon both one Gimmick Puppet from your deck equal to the level and this card. That's just so crazy. It's just like a +1 E-Telly from your deck. So you could just get like a free rank 8. If this card is sent to the graveyard except from the hand, you can add to your hand. Okay, it just gets itself for free. And you cannot special summon cards from the extra deck except for gimmick pop-up monsters. It's a level 4 with really bad stats, but that's all you need. You're trying to facilitate an FTK, try to get out these big bodies, and that's what that does really, really well. Gimmick Puppet Cattle Scream. I've seen this card a lot with the Metagames GX locals, guys. We've been doing post-info tournaments, so we've already been seeing a lot of these cards because Gimmick Puppet took the last locals post-info for us, guys. Gimmick Puppets won, and it was a 9-person. It was not small. Like, I mean, you know, we've had smaller is what I'm saying. You know, I think for branded players, it's going to be interesting because I saw Nightfall made a tweet where he was like, yeah, I tried my first game of post-info testing, I blind Gimmick Puppeted a Gimmick Puppet player, and safe to say, Gimmick Puppets can play through a Gimmick Puppet lock, so yeah, when literally the whole deck is Gimmick Puppet cards, that's going to be an issue for us branded players. Like, maybe we run Ido if the deck becomes prevalent enough. I don't think it will. I think that we could side Ido, though. You know, or maybe just have other things for Gimmick Puppets. Like, Gimmick Puppets, the only thing that really stops them is Droll, that, you know, also Vados, stuff like that. You know, you need to, like, be able to stop their FTK. DD Crow is also, I've heard, pretty good. Imperm, I think, too, because it gets through the field spell. I believe, right? I could be wrong. Card limits, I've yet to, excuse me, I gotta take a sip of water. Also, how about that OCG ban list, guys? That shit was crazy. Not banning Beatrice, let's ruin number one way to ruin a format. Hopefully that happens with our format, guys. I was gonna say before, like, if we probably won't see a ban list, but if we do, I just want to see Beatrice on it. Plus, like, Snake Eyes Ash to 1 and Wanted Poster to 1, or you could just, like, I don't believe in banning any of the cards yet. You don't want to kill the deck, but maybe you do. Depends on when the ban list is. If the ban list is in 2 months, kill the deck. Just kill Snake Eye. I think that's what they'll probably end up doing instead of just like forcing themselves into a weird situation with their normal ban list schedule. They just unfortunately missed the mark with the last ban list and forgot to, you know, nerf a lot. Card limit, so be like, sorry, Yugioh, draw 4, return 3, and then Linkbound, draw 4, and return to deck filter, plus a help sorry Yugioh dodge Impermanent Veiler. It's pretty good. Lormashu, can't wait to give Gimmick Puppet players a free body. I know, dude, it's a level 8 too, so it gets them into their best Xyzes. I don't think they have anything else but level 8 Xyzes, to be fair. You can detach 1 Xyz from your monster, from special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, so it's a free extender, but banish it. Okay, at least it banishes itself, and then Gimmick Puppet Xyz that has this card as a material against the effect. You can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to their field and defense position. This would be really funny to just like do this to a branded player with a Gimmick Puppet in their graveyard. So that's it for the Gimmick Puppet support. It's really broken, guys. It's gonna make Gimmick Puppets almost tier 1. It's kind of crazy. Light and Sublimation Dragon. So, this is the new Light and Darkness Dragon support, guys. We talked about this with Pack, actually, on the Branded cast. And we came to the conclusion it's going to be pretty good overall in Branded. I think it's pretty free to make it in there. Like, obviously, you can't make with Albion or Libellion, but there's still a 1-card combo to, you know, end on this, because you can just get Banishment and just kind of go from there. So, yeah, guys, I will say... I'm going to link down the podcast actually right now as well. So you got people who didn't see the podcast, definitely make sure to check it out after the stream. So yeah, no, these cards are very good. And I think with Branded, these cards definitely can be used. You can banish 1 level 8 dragon monster from your extra deck. Also, the stats are pretty big, level 8. That's good level. You can banish 1 level 8 monster from your extra deck. Special summon this card from your hand. I don't like that banishes from your extra deck. I wish it was from the graveyard. Because you can't really get too much synergy out banishing from your extra deck, and it just takes away your combo pieces. But it's probably fine in the decks that, you know, in like a pure version of this, or like Dragon Link, which I feel like these cards will have the most application. And during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as materials. And I think that's what the Black Dragon does as well. Basically, they both have the same stat lines, and when your opponent declares an attack, you make this lose 5/5. If it does, that monster loses 1500, so it has a battle phase protection effect. It's not bad, but it's kind of bad, honestly. It's just like a decent extender. Dark End Evaporation Dragon. And these cards are based on the GX anime, which is really cool, I found. Because if you read the GX, the GX manga, the Light and Darkness Dragon cards were were in the GX manga before they even came out. The card was a jump promo for that reason. And they're finally like retraining the support, which is pretty cool. Basically you can bash one from your extract spec it, but you get dragon lock. That's also what I don't like about these. I really don't like the dragon lock, so you would never run these in branded, unfortunately. The fusion summon effect is interesting, and then you can target one other monster, and then this loses 500, and you can destroy that target. So at least it's a little better than the light because it can pop a card. Knight armed dragon. Is this an armed dragon support? If you special summon level 3 wind, interesting. If you special summon a level 5 or higher dragon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, kind of free summoning condition. It's not a tuner though. If this card is special summoned though, you can make its attribute and level become one of your banished dragon monsters. So maybe this card is supposed to go with the new support. With the Light and Darkness Dragon support, who knows? You can target one dragon monster you control, it gains 1,000. Neither player can activate a card in response to their card's activation. It's not that good of a card. It's a decent extender, but it's not really. I feel like the game's a little past that kind of card. Speaking of really good cards, though, Asteria of the White Woods. Speaking of cards that will be secret rares that are a lot of money. Asteria of the White Woods. This card will probably be not that much money out the gate, but I would definitely recommend getting a playset when it does come out. Because you'll want it for branded, and it's just like good for branded synchro. It's just a really good card. Like, look at that art too. It's just beautiful. So Asteria of the White Woods. It's level 2 light spellcaster, not a tuner, but 0/0. So it's a Lulu Wall Lilith target, and branded, of course. And its effect is you can send one spell or trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon one light spellcaster tuner from your deck. Which is really free, just sending one spell or trap. Obviously, guys, a lot of decks currently go plus off of sending spells or traps to the graveyard, such as like Snake Eye. So it's like this is very easy to facilitate, especially in like Centurion. Like Branded could even facilitate this with like Retribution very easily, or just other cards. Like you have other White Woods cards that you want to send anyway. If a spell or trap card is sent to your graveyard to activate a monster effect while this card is used during your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So, okay. You can basically, it's like a free extender, and you can spec from your deck. Very good. And it can spec one light spellcaster tuner from your deck, so it's very generic. You can just spec an effect veiler, just like bounce it. It's kind of funny. Though the fact it's not a tuner is kind of interesting. I wish it was, but maybe that's like fine. Rosette of the White Woods. So, this one's a level 2 light. It's basically Baby Diabolese, whereas the other one was Baby Diabellstar, so it's pretty cool. Art's great. 0/0, so this is also a Lulu target. You can send one spell or trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, very free. Then add one White Woods monster from your deck to your hand, except Rosette, so it's basically the Stratos, and it also can spec itself, very free. If a light spellcaster tuners is special summoned to your field during your opponent's turn while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand, so it just is for free. Not bad. Not too broken, but not bad. Silva the White Woods. So this card's very good too. Level 4 spellcaster. This is the tuner though. So I guess it makes sense that the other one, or Asteria's level, is not a tuner. It makes sense completely because you're going to be making a lot of level 6 synchro monsters. Also, I appreciate everybody watching the stream right now, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. We're just blasting through infinite the forbidden knowledge, the forbidden goo. You know, I think like I mentioned before, one of the best ways to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh, especially in a format like Nats and the Euros this year, NAWCQ, you know, we're going to be going in blind. I think Euros gets a week's and they get our results. However, I think that, you know, one of the best things you can do, just frankly straight up, is go card by card in a new set and familiarize yourself with the new effects, so you aren't just reading your opponent's cards when they summon them on you for the first time at Nats, and you're going to be running down your time, which your very precious time, you know. That Salty Fry, evening brother, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic, man. Got some really good John and Mary's pizza, guys. You guys will be seeing me eat my famous pizza, but this time it's like restaurant made pizza, so it's actually super nice. I hope you're doing well, brother. How you doing? My trusted mod, that Salty Fry. Manadium God, you know, I think that Triff just like topped with Manadium, so I hope that sparked a fire for you to go back to the deck. Because I think you're just insane on that deck. Like, obviously, it's not a deck I recommend for everybody, but the fact that you're insane on it, it's like with branded. Like, it's not fractalistic, but if they're using it for the XCs, then they don't even banish, right? I don't know what you meant by that. Card limits, technically mana, Manjome, Thunder support. Card limits, they tried to revive Dragon Link with what? What do you mean? And so for the new Light and Dark dragons, anyone runs them in branded is gonna need to run Sword and Kit combo for constant recursion. That's a really good, that's a very good point. If you could run it in there and then like focus on much more heavy of a dragon, extra deck, I think that would work out pretty well, guys. Also, guys, we are, I think, at like 6 or 7 likes. Make sure to rack up them likes. We can definitely hit 10 likes here. Really would appreciate it. Helps get the stream through the algorithm, gets the stream out there. I appreciate all the support today, guys. The support lately. I'm going to be uploading a lot more. Like, I'm not saying daily uploads. I'm not committing to daily uploads, but we are getting pretty close to daily uploads, if you've noticed that. And there are uploads with a lot of quality in them, so I've been proud of it. We're trying to up the quality too, so your support always helps that. You can always click join, become a member today. If you want to support the channel for $5 a month, you get a hold of my coaching group chat, where you get to send me in your deck list, ask me a question on the deck, and we just have a great little community brewing there. And speaking of great communities, make sure you are a member of my Discord community. We have the best community brewing there. We have like almost 600 members in there. If you guys want to be the 600th member, click down in the chat, !Discord. Also, you can go down in my links. All my links are always down in the description of my videos. Raul Sanders, how you doing? Also, new channel mod in the chat. Whitewoods is the most unique and fun engine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think like the Whitewoods is one of the most underrated engines in the set. I think a lot of people have been cooking with Centurion, but I think a lot of people have not been looking past that. That's why I want to keep having Raul on the channel, because he's been really going hard in the lab with this deck, and he said this engine could rival the Fiendsmith. So definitely things you need to consider. Branded support, basically. Metro Packs, I was born in the Whitewoods. Hell yeah, brother. How you doing, Metro Packs? American Fuzzy Lob, I'm gooning. That's wonderful. I hope you continue gooning. 1500 level 4 tuner. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Whitewoods monster or spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target 1 Whitewood synchro monster you control in your graveyard, so you can use it on your opponent's turn. Return to the extra deck, and if you do special summon this card, but its effects are negated. So it's a free extender, very good, and it's a tuner, so you can help, like, especially with like branded etude, like this really helps synchro on your opponent's turn. And then we have Recia of the Whitewoods. They get 4 monsters? That's crazy. That's a lot of really good support. They're all light spellcasters. This is a tuner. However, the last 2 are not Lulu Wall Lilith targets, so that is something to consider. If they were, that'd be kind of insane. If you control a Whitewoods monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can send 1 spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard. Draw 1 card. Very nice. So it's a free extension. You don't have to send a spell trap, but you get to basically send 1 and then draw a card, so very free draw. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target 1 Whitewood synchro you control in the graveyard. Return to the extra deck if you do special summon this card, but its effects are negated. That's interesting. Why is this one good? Raul, you'll have to let me know. So, oh my gosh, speaking of broken engines, the Fiendsmith, this is going to be a secret rare. The Fiendsmith is the best new engine out of Infinite Forbidden by far. I think if you guys look at the OCG results right now, like we could go look at Road to the King and look at all the topping decks. Every deck has the Fiendsmith in it right now. It is basically a tier 0 format, and that's kind of like what we're looking at, we're going into, especially if we get the goddess. If we get the Underworld Goddess, which is a light link monster that basically gives every deck access to the Fiendsmith, and it really makes it so like these link decks like Snake Eye just goes to a whole nother level. Also, Yubel gets to abuse it as well because it's a fiend, I believe. So yeah, no, it's just really, yeah, no, it's a light fiend. It has to be. So I think there are other cards though. Other people are not looking. Obviously there's Exciton Knight, which is like a really good bridge for like the same cost as the Underworld, the closed moon, the Link 2. That we are probably not going to get imported. I mean, we'll see. We'll go over the card. It basically takes the engine to a whole nother level. Also, 30 people watching right now. What's up right now? We're reviewing all the cards in Infinite Forbidden, guys, because, it's better to be ahead of the game than not. We don't want to get into the old habit of, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players didn't read. We want to be ahead of that, so I appreciate everybody coming through. What rarity reveals and the other 20 cards being revealed? We don't have the rarity reveals yet for the Infinite Forbidden. We'll get them pretty soon. I feel like, I mean, it comes out within a month. I know I'm a status. MP7, hello. How's your day going so far? How's it going, channel member MP7? Nicholas Smith, what's your opinion on branded tier elements? I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's kind of impossible to run. Like, you're not running Pearl Rhino and branded. I think running a Shiren or a Havness is fine, though. I've seen a lot of people do that before. So yeah, guys, the Fiendsmith, you can discard this card, add one Fiendsmith, and it's a light fiend monster, level 6, 1824. It's a level 6, so guys, Beatrice Turbo time. If this card, you can discard this card, add one Fiendsmith spot trap from your deck to your hand. You can target one Fiendsmith equip card you control, one monster on the field, send them to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one other light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck, special summon this card. You can only use each effect of the Fiendsmith once per turn. It's so crazy you can use both effects per turn. Both effects are just insane because you can extend with it, and then in the graveyard, you can basically special summon it by recycling your engine, so it pays for itself. You're able to play through hand traps as well with this. Reika no Hajime no Mi. Okay, this is not another Fiendsmith card, so we'll definitely get to the rest of the Fiendsmith cards as we get to it, but that's just kind of like a taste of like why that card's insane. So Raul said Ricia is the best extender. And gives free draws, plus also puts the synchro back into the extra deck too to summon it back from grade, so really strong card. Oh, okay, so it just gives you infinite grind game. And facilitation, very nice. Alright, so more Rika cards, guys. This is the new Rika support. We do have new Rika support, and like, I remember hearing it was kind of mid, so we'll have to kind of reassess it here. Level 4 Earth Insect, 1800, nothing special there. You can discard this card, special summon one insect, plant, or reptile monster from your hand. It's not bad, but you're going -1. Does it pay for itself? If this card is banished from your hand or graveyard, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. Draw cards equal to the number of different types among insect, plant, and reptile monsters you control. So it's up to a +3, basically. Or at the end phase. Or +2, essentially. After paying us for itself. It's kind of not great. Is that the only Rika card? That's crazy. Tenpai Dragon of Genroku. Now, this card is nuts, honestly. I think this card will get Tenpai actually on the ban list. You know, we saw Sangen summoning going to 1 in the OCG, so I think that is a very high likelihood that happens in the TCG eventually. But they've had this card for a bit. They've had the new cards for a bit, and this is the best one. It's level 3 dragon. And if this card is added to the hand, except by drawing it, it's not Pyro. You can special summon this card as a tuner. So it's not normally a tuner, and then increase its level by 1, so it goes to 4. You can tribute this card, special summon one Tenpai Dragon from your deck, except for Genroku, and then you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for dragons. So it's their Poplar. It's really broken. You'll probably run this at 3 if I had to guess. It's just super good. I don't know why you wouldn't run it at 3, but then again, it's like a Poplar, so like maybe you just run it at 2 because you want to search it. Memento Land, Mystical Sheep. So yeah, no, we get some more broken Memento support, guys. That's the thing. Memento is going to be one of those decks at the WCQ and Euros that you're going to have to know what the cards really do because of the new Memento support. So, you know, I think Memento before the support was this deck that put up a boss monster that was a pseudo Apo. It put up like 5 monster effect negates, essentially in a boss monster. However, now what it does is it does 2 of those guys, plus like back row, and you know, this guy helps facilitate that. So it's a level 3 beast, Earth Beast, and it is if a monster in your possession was destroyed by a card effect this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. I wonder if there's a way to self pop. This is not restricted to your opponent destroying, which is good. If this card is normal or special summon, you can fusion summon one Memento fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. If this card is destroyed by battle or effect, so we're getting a fusion, you can summon one Memento card from your deck to the graveyard. So it's just a pretty good extender overall, very solid extender. Wow, these cards are completely out of order. I mean, like, I know there's like a lot of new support for like multiple of these archetypes. So I forgot about that Centurion's getting new support. Centurion Atri, it's a level 4 Dark Dragon tuner with really cool card art. It's a really nice card art. They go so hard with the new card art. If this card you control would be used as synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner, and you can only use the following effects of Centurion Atri once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can have an Embla card and a Centurion card in your graveyard, and you have one in the graveyard, you can draw one card, and you cannot special summon Centurion attribute for the rest of the turn. So it's a free draw. And during the main phase, if this card is a continuous trap, you can special summon it. So it's kind of a free extender. It's a tuner. So like, I think like on its face, it doesn't look great, but like actually this card does a lot for the deck and will probably be played. It is not only on Twitch. Someone just said my stream is only on Twitch. It is not only on Twitch, sir. I forgot to link it out though. Alrighty, guys. So also, guys, make sure to go to the Twitch stream if you don't really mind not watching on YouTube. Obviously, you can support me on YouTube by donating and like using the join button. But I got to get my average monthly viewers up to 3 viewers a month if I want to get affiliate link. Essentially, I've cleared all the other bars. I just need to get my average viewers per stream to 3. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't stream so much to get that, or like, because I just need like 3 people to basically do that to help out with that. But yeah, no, if you want to help out, try to get me affiliate, you could go over to Twitch and also watch the stream there, !Twitch in the chat. All right, so the Centurion card's kind of mid, but will probably be used, right? Drytron new 2. Is this the Mewtwo? So it's a 2000 level 1 light monster machine. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If there's a Drytron card on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it from when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Drytron monster from your deck to your hand, except for new 2. That's really good. That cards are very good. You cannot ritual summon monsters. You can the turn you activate this card's effect, except machine monsters though. So you get machine lock. That's kind of rough. So I know that deck used to, it could make other rituals that are non-machines. So missing Burrows, the Dark Ruler of the Highest Heaven. What is this? Oh, this card's really cool actually. So this card's a level 10 light fiend, so very good typing for the new Fiendsmith support. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing 1 monster, 1 spell, and trap card from your graveyard. So it kind of has a difficult summoning condition in my opinion. But it's not, it does get itself out for free. This card is special summoned from the hand. You can banish 1 monster and 2 spell trap cards your opponent controls and or from their graveyard. Oh, that's a really good effect, honestly. We might see this as like a Legionnaire kind of card eventually. Like the Light Fiend support. Cosmo Queen of the Prayer. So the new Cosmo Queen support is really cool. Or retrain. If a level 8 dark spellcaster, 1900 big stats, let's see if it can pay for itself or get itself out for free, or be any sort of like decent generic support. If a field spell is activated, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, so that's kind of free, I guess. You can target 1 face-up card in the field spell, then activate the effect based on its controller. You can destroy that target if you do add 1 field spell. So it's not a quick effect though, so you can't use it on your opponent's turn. If it was a quick effect, this would be probably better than Vados as a hand trap. And then your opponent negate the card's activation. And then you can add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. So it's not bad. But like, wait, no, if this is a quick effect on your opponent's turn, you guys have to let me know because it might not be translated correctly. So if it is, that's insane. Okay, so Shiver Take. Is this the new Watt support? It's a Thunder Light monster. If a monster whose original type is Thunder sent from your hand to the graveyard or field to the graveyard, even during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a Thunder monster effect is activated in the hand while you control this monster, you can special summon 1 Shiver token. It's kind of like whatever. It seems like if they ever do like some like light extender deck, that might have some application. Disc Blaster, the Matchless Turret, is a new light machine pendulum monster, level 5. And its pendulum effect is negate all cards and effects activated in this card's column. So that's interesting. Just like completely negs out the whole column. That's not horrible. You can maybe like as a side deck card, it could be something. You can special summon this card from your hand to a column with no cards, so it's a free extender as well. Negate all cards and effects in this card's column. If this card is in the monster cards destroyed, you can place it to your pendulum zone. Sounds like annoying. Like this is gonna be an annoying stun card, but that doesn't sound like as a horrible side deck card at all. Oh, here we go. Multchummy Perilia. It's a rare in the OCG, guys. Let's take bets. I think it's gonna be a secret rare. Galzo said on Brandcast number 4. He thought it's going to be a rare, super rare, honestly, and I just don't see them leaving that money on the table. This set instantly becomes money if Multchummy is a secret. Alright, so, yeah, no, Multchummy is a level 4 Aqua monster. Very good stat line, very good typing, frankly. If you control no cards, because this could be, like, this could be used to make, like, Bahamut Shark for Toad. So, like, I think water decks are going to be loving this card, frankly. If you control no cards, quick effect, you can discard this card. Apply these effects for the rest of the turn. So you can use this during any phase. It's a quick effect. Even draw phase, very good. Very powerful when you have a hand trap with effect that, like, shifter. Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster from the hand, immediately draw 1 card. During the end phase, if the number of cards in your hand is more than the summon of cards your opponent controls +6, shuffle random cards from your hand into this deck equal to that sum. So you're basically gonna, like, you can only get at most a +5 out of this, which is still really good, but you're probably never getting to that point. Like, I don't know what deck could actually run a Multchummy, like, take a Multchummy challenge, because it's only from hand. A lot of people said this is the Maxx replacement, but the more I look at it, it doesn't hold a candle to Maxx, frankly. So yeah, no. So yeah, what's up, Dylan Chambers? How's it going? Channel member in the chat. I mean, you reminded me to post the link in the chat of our Discord, of course. So I appreciated that. Each time, so basically, this card each time you can basically draw a card. So it's kind of like it's very good against the decks that it will hit. Like, it's decent against Fiendsmith. Like, you'll hit a couple cards. In the Snake Eye variants, of course, and it's not good against Despia, of course. It's good against Flu, but, like, against the other decks, it's kind of like a +1 at most. So, like, at that point, I don't know if it's, like, worth running. We'll see. I think right now it's not really been ran all too much in the OCG. Like, we've seen it here and there definitely be used, but they still have Maxx, so it's like, why even at that point? We have Dora Draco, which is the new basically 10-pie monster. It's a level 3 dragon fire. If this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can excavate the top card of your deck, and if it's a fire dragon monster, it's sent to the graveyard. If you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each Dora monster you control. So basically, it's a free extender on normal summon. Basically, just more names for the deck. This deck couldn't really facilitate too much engine even before that, which just means that, yay, 10-pie gets to run less engine, or less non-engine. That card's very good, though. You guys will see it in a lot of 10-pie decks. Also, guys, appreciate everybody watching, coming through to the stream, even though I started late. We got like 30 viewers across Twitch and YouTube. Very much appreciate it, guys. The support has been great lately. Very much do appreciate it. So, Broomy. This card is funny looking. Look at it. It's just a broom, man. It's just a broom. It's a level 2 broom. I hope it's a sprite support. It's Spellcaster Tuner Light. Cannot be used as synchro material, so you can search it in Whitewoods, which is pretty funny. Cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of a level 8 or lower monster. That's not a terrible restriction, especially with Baron not being a card. You can reveal this card and one other monster in your hand. You cannot special summon from the extra deck nor declare attacks for monsters with the rest of the turn except for synchro monsters. Special summon one of the revealed monsters, and if you do, banish the other. That's not very good. That was pretty trash. Menko Komori. Okay, Menko Mori. What's up, Maxi? Meg, how's it going? What's up, Maxi? How you doing? 10 likes on the stream, guys. We got like 30 or 20 people watching. Let's try to get to 20 likes now. Very much would appreciate it. Let's close out strong on this Infinite Forbidden read through. Of course, guys, we're trying to suck up all that good information out of the set to try to, you know, go into nats. Not just blind, because there are so many new decks, man, and if we don't know these cards, we're just gonna get cooked. This card is a level 1 Earthwing Beast Tuner. Up to thrice per turn, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can target one of them, toss a coin. If it's head, change it to face up attack position. If it's tails, change it to face down defense position. Okay. Once per turn, if a monster is flip face up or face down, is changed to face up, face down defense position while this monster is on the field. Even during the damage step, you can target one of them, change it to face up attack or face up defense position. Okay, this card's actual trash. Might be like funny in like some sort of FTK flip deck eventually. But like flip support is kind of like outdated. So let me put back on Civic also. So May Malaperd. I have no clue how that was like some DB grinder level pronunciation of that was pretty bad. One light shout DB grinder also. Love his videos. But one light beast monster level 2. 100. If this card is the only card in your hand, you can special summon it. If this card is special summoned this way, its attack becomes 2,500 until the end of your opponent's turn. So it's kind of bad. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you take any battle damage they would have taken instead. What? If you take damage from a battle involving this card, change its attack to 0. If you have 2,000 or less LP, it becomes 5,000. So, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like a last resort card. Like, oh, I have this 5,000 beater. It's my last card in my hand. It's cute. Not good, but cute. So here are the other Drytron cards. Drytron Medionis Alpha Draconids. This card's a level 12 machine ritual, so it gets around the machine lock that the new cards obviously give them. You can ritual summon this with Medionis Drytron. Other Drytron monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects up to twice per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you banish one Drytron monster from your graveyard whose attack equal or exceeds that. Original attack, negate the activation if you do destroy that monster. This card is ritual summoned. If this ritual summon card you control is destroyed by your opponent, you can special summon one ritual monster for 4,000 attack from your deck. This is treated as a ritual summon. This card's huge. It's 5,000. It's crazy. It's a pretty good card. It's also crazy. Okay, so back to Infinite Forbidden cards. Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. So yeah, guys, if you watch came through to the Metagames GX Locals #1, Zelda Duelist actually ran this card and basically a deck around this card, and it's actually not that bad. Let me read some chats also. I missed a lot of chats. Fiendsmith's so good, Liam? Yes, it is. It's broken. Card limits. That guy I don't like told me to run Fiendsmith in my god cards. Like, he does not get that you can't copy paste everything. Metro Packs, I'm running Chimera, Fiendsmith, and Pure Spellcaster, Whitewoods. Very nice. Krabs TV, damn Chris, making us read. I know. Hey, man. I'm making myself read too, so we're all in this together. Sounds like Raika's Super Rejuvenation. Fair. Raul, no, bro, Tenpai is ass in the TCG. Why do you think it's bad in the TCG? I mean, it is, but, like, also, they don't have their new support. How good is it? Also, what's up, everybody? Thanks for going on Twitch, guys. I appreciate it. We have, like, 6 people watching on Twitch right now. That's, like, what we need. That's what we need to get affiliate link, or to get the affiliate over there. It's also better quality on Twitch, and also you get, the stream is like only like 2 seconds behind what I'm actually saying, which is really cool to see. Memento is so annoying. Yeah, I agreed, Liam. It's going to be really annoying to deal with them because they are just a bunch of negates, you know. It's going to be really hard to go second in this new format. I'm going to say that. Genroku jump scare. Devin Reeves, that's funny. Tenpai is the worst deck post-siding. It's glassy. Nicholas Smith, I might run Tenpai Kashtira. I think Tenpai Kashtira is pretty good. Like, the Kashtira cards help you get into the Tenpai cards, so. That was too loud. I got full power Snake Eye. There you go, Nick Smith. I know you were running kind of a budget version. Congrats. Was the best card in the set? We will do, like, a best card at the end of it, but I think overall... Like, it's hard to say, right? We have to review every card. I think overall, it's going to be either, like, the Fiendsmith or... I mean, that's the thing, like, the Fiendsmith on its own isn't broken, it's just all the cards that help facilitate it. You know, I think Asteria is very good. I think Multchummy is very good. I think the Millennium Extender is extraordinarily good. The Caveman, this card is one of the best cards in the whole set, by far. The card's gonna be used a lot in the future, in my opinion. I think the Fiendsmith could take it also. I think the Gimmick Puppet stuff's cute, but it's not, like, the best stuff. We'll have to go through the rest of it, guys. Like, there's still a lot of cards. We still got 80 cards, and we're only on... let's see... Yeah, so this card's funny because it's basically a Fusion Exodia that forces you to run the Exodia pieces, of course, and it's a level 10. It's a big body, because it gets attack equal to your current life, so probably have a lot. Once per turn when its spell trap or effect is activated, you can negate the activation. So it is a once per turn Omni Negate, very good. But you need 5 Forbidden monsters, so it's kind of hard to get. However, this deck does run kind of like a Future Fusion to get this out for free. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can set one Exod, Spell Trap, or Obliterate directly from your deck. And once per turn during your end phase, you lose 1,000. So we'll always, like, you know, lose 1,000 at least. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Light and Darkness, Dragon Lord. So this is the card that a lot of people in Branded want me to make a video on, and also have been kind of considering. Like, we talked about this with Pack on the podcast as well. This card's a level 10 light dragon fusion, 34 3000, requires 1 light level 8 dragon monster and 1 dark level 8 dragon monster, so it's pretty summonable and branded. Must be fusion summoned while this face-up card is on the field. This card is also a dark. Once per chain, when a spell or trap or monster is activated, this card loses exactly 1,000. And if it does negate the activation, if this card is destroyed by your opponent, you can target one dragon monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So it pays for itself eventually, but also it's just kind of like an Apollosa. It's basically like Light Darkness Dragon. It's an Omni negate. Up to 3 times since it's at 3,400, which is cool. And also, this is a cool way to chain block your branded fusion because it's mandatory. So if you go chain link 1 branded fusion, Light Darkness Dragon Lord will chain link 2, chain block your branded fusion from Ash Blossom. So that's kind of a really cool application with it, I feel like. Oh dang, it's like Trishula, says Krabs. That's what I thought. Review Dia Blaster, please. Yeah, I think I already went through it. What's up, Chris? Love your vid today. Thanks, Lee Warrior. Appreciate it. Card limits. I would use Cosmo if I didn't have to summon it. Yeah, I feel that. Card limits. Liam, Anti-Pendulum with a Pendulum. Portal Spirit switched over to Twitch, bro. I appreciate it. How's it going, Portal Spirit on the Twitch chat? Lee Warrior, I got 2 fan view bells for 100. Thanks, Yuri. Shout out to Yuri Diaz for hooking up Maxi. Dylan Chambers, okay, yeah, I already read that. Can you like on Twitch? No, you can't like on Twitch. You can only follow, unfortunately. So guys, definitely hit up the like button on the YouTube chat. Once we get, subscriptions and Twitch chat or subs, like the sub button, obviously you'll be able to. Gamer, how's it going, Bills fan? Peace out, bro. Nice to see you, one. Nice to see you. You're hitting yourself with a 5k beater that can still hit yourself. I hope Exodia sees some play at competitive level. That would be incredible. I think the Millennium support will be pretty good at competitive level. I don't know if the Exodia support will be. I don't think it will be. This card's interesting, though. Definitely pick it up if you're looking for some branded goo. Alright, here's the rest of the Fiendsmith stuff. Fiendsmith Lacrimosa. This card's a level 6 fusion, so it helps you kind of extend into your rank 6s with the Fiendsmith, obviously. 24/24, 2 light fiend monsters, very easy to summon. Monsters your opponent controls lose 600, and then if this card's fusion summon, you can target 1 light fiend monster in your graveyard or banishment, either add to your hand or special summon it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck and inflict 1,200 to your opponent. So they all pay for themselves, like they all like shuffle back, so you're never running out of resources. Also, just free extension, like you get the level 6 back from your graveyard banishment, then you make a rank 6. Very good. Then Fiendsmith Daizarai. I know this one's like not the most mandatory. It's 2,800. Basically very cool art too. Level 9, 2,800. The Fiendsmith plus 2 light fiend monsters. Quick effect, you can negate the effects of a number of face-up cards on the field until the end of this turn. Oh, that's pretty good. Just negating up to the total link rating of link monsters equipped to this card as equip cards. So you're probably going to get like a negate 2 on this, which is not bad on face-up cards especially. That means you can negate a face-up spell or trap card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck. Target 1 card on the field, send to the graveyard. So this card's kind of like a board, not a board breaker, but it's interruption plus a pop. It's not bad, just not necessary. Here's the new Memento Fusion though, 3,000 level 9 illusion monster. 3 Memento monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Memento Shin, which is this card, the field spell, obviously, from your deck to your hand. You cannot activate the following effects on the same chain. If this card is fusion summon, you can send 3 Memento cards from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Quick effect, you can target the same number of Memento cards you control and cards your opponent controls, destroy them. So it's just, very good card. This card's very good for the archetype. It gives them a lot more flexibility, gives them a lot more ability to board break, frankly. Very free too in their deck. Silvera, the white Witchwood of the Whitewoods. Oh, here's the synchro for Whitewoods. This is a level 6 synchro. If you watch my Whitewoods combo video, you already know this card is basically a Book of Eclipse for the deck, and it's very generic, 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner. So, but it's a Book of Eclipse. And the other effect is kind of irrelevant. It's just a piercing effect. Here's the other level 6 though. If this card is special summon, you can send 1 spell or trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add 1 Whitewoods card or 1 light spellcaster from your deck to your hand. Very good effect. Just free extension. Because a lot of the time you're just like, when you're sending these spells or traps, it's it's gonna be a plus for you. It's not always, but especially if you're sending like the Whitewoods actual like archetypal spells or traps, like they pay for themselves. Diabell, Fiendess of the Whitewoods. So this thing is broken. It's a level 8 illusion synchro. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner. If this card is synchro summoned using a tuner synchro monster as a material, you can target 1 spell or trap card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That's any spell or trap card. This card is infinitely generic. Obviously you needed to get off with like an Excel Synchron or just like use one of the obviously the Whitewood's, you know, tuner synchros, but you can just recycle a triple tactics talents or just something really broken. A monster reborn is like probably the best use I've thought of. When your opponent activates a card of effect, you can stun one spell or trap card from your hand or field to graveyard. Special summon one level 7 or lower tier synchro monster from your extra deck or graveyard or banishment. So it's just like for extension 2, this card's broken. Broken. Probably gonna be a QCR. DPA Genmore. I know this is like, this card's interesting. It's a level 8 fire cybers. I think like Kyle's gonna like this for his salad deck, frankly. Just sold one, LOL. That's I'm affording to max my branded deck. Hell yeah, Dylan. Card limits. Dragon Master Magia is causing an uproar on the internet that this will kill Yu-Gi-Oh, but so many cases have been sold and stores are sold out by the weekend. Yeah, that's the thing. There's gonna be a lot of them open. Like, I don't see that price holding, frankly. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, peace out, Bills fan. Ulti branded cards or QCR? Depends. I think like European Ulti branded fusion is way better than QCR branded fusion, because when you get a good spiral, oh, so good. Oh, and so if Light and Darkness Dragon Lord must lose attack in a situation where you're trying to chain block branded fusion with Lost Up, how would that work? Would it protect from Ash? Yeah, you would definitely still protect from Ash, because like Chainlink 2 would be Light and Darkness Dragon. That's what I was talking about. You get to chain block Ash with Light and Darkness Dragon. Fade Thoughts, how's it going? Thanks for checking out the Twitch chat. How you doing? Scar special summon. You can special summon one level 4 lower, just one level 4 Cyberse monster from your graveyard. Its effects are negated. Also, you cannot special summon except for Cyberse monsters. That restriction kind of sucks, but it's fine. If you're running a Cyberse deck, you're running a Cyberse deck. And then you just basically have a piercing effect. So it's a decent extender. Be interesting in things like Salad, like I had mentioned. Or like maybe, no, I was gonna say Gold Pride, but they don't have any Cyberses. Alright, here's the first broken Gimmick Puppet Xyz. Here's the retrain from the guy from the anime, which is pretty cool. Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machina. 1531, rank 8, 2 a level 8 monster. So don't Gimmick Puppet your opponent playing Gimmick Puppets. They'll make this thing. You can detach one material from this card, add one rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand. Also during your main phase this turn, you can normal or special summon one machine monster in addition to your normal summon or set. If you special summon a Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard to either field and defense position. Then you can add one rank up spell from your graveyard to your hand. So you're just like always just recycling those graveyard spells. It's one of the reasons why the FTK is even, you know, possible, because this card is just insane extension with that facilitation. And then we have the Chaos Xyz version of it, of course, which is pretty cool. Very cool art. 3115, so it's reverse stats, and it's a rank 9. 3 level 9s. If this card is special summon, you can add one puppet trap from your deck to your hand. You can detach one materia from this card, special summon one monster from either graveyard to your opponent's field defense position, so this card can gimmick lock you. It's probably not. You're going to probably be special summoning something to Grinder Golem, obviously. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one of them, destroy. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack. So yeah, this is also how you can FTK. Madolche Queen Tia Frace. So this is one of the new Madolche cards. Obviously, Madolche is getting new support in the new set. It's very broken too. It's going to definitely help the deck out a little bit. When the deck was already doing, like, it was one of those, like, it was like one of the oldest decks still, like, getting consistent YCS tops, like, up until tier format. Alright, so it's a 3 level 5 Madolche monsters. Once per turn, you can also Xyz it by using Madolche Tiramisu, so very easy. Transfer the materials. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and then target up to 2 Madolche monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and then also shuffle up to that many cards your opponent controls into the deck. So non-target shuffle is just broken. That's like Mirror Jade levels broken. Very good. Very free. Like the deck needed that for like their unboard piece, frankly. Heretical Photoscopus. So this is the new broken illusion rank 4. It's 2 level 4 monsters, so it's very generic. 2100 dark. The art is wild too. That thing looks wild, man. You can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects. Then if it battled this turn, you can take control of it to the end phase. Interesting effect. And then this is quick effect if there's an illusion card's material. Oh no, this card actually is not very good. Never mind, my bad. I thought it searched. This card, speaking of broken, this is why Fiendsmiths are broken. because it requires one. It's a Link 1 that. Link 1s are already too wild, and for some reason Konami is printing the Fiendsmith their own free Link 1. So it's a Link 1 that requires, that has a bottom arrow that requires, so of course, like, it's very usable. One Light Fiend monster, and then you can special summon one Fiendsmith Requiem once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon one Fiendsmith monster from your hand or deck. Why is it in E-Tally for a rank 1, man? You can target one non-Link Light Fiend monster you control, equip this card from your field or graveyard to that equipped monster and give it 600, so this is how you can give the one monster negates. It's very broken. This is also why the Underworld Goddess Link 2 is very broken, because you can just like link to it with this, with like any deck. Fiendsmith Sequentio, of course they have another rank 2, right? So, or sorry, another link. This thing is a link 2 though, 2 monsters including a Light Fiend monster. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one Fiend monster fusion from your extra deck by shuffling materials mentioned from your graveyard into the deck, and then you can target one non-link Light Fiend monster you control, equip this card from your field to graveyard, then target as a equipped spell with this effect. Your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects. So this card's actually very good. It's very, I think the Link 1 is a bit better. It kind of overshadows this one, but it's definitely like very good, and you will run it no matter what. Here's the Raika no Kuro Katsimisuki. 2+ insect and plant or reptile monsters. It's a Link 3. Alright, you can banish up to 2 monsters from your graveyard, then target the same amount of spells or traps your opponent controls, destroy those cards. Alright, so it gives them spell and trap card pops, I guess. While this card is in the graveyard, you can target one insect, plant, or reptile. Place that monster at the bottom of the deck. If you do, special summon this card. So, and then you cannot, then you get locked into those typings. So it's not bad. It's nothing to like put Raika over, though. It's not like the support Raika needed. So here's the Broken Valmonica monster. It's a Link 2. 3,000 monsters, 3,000 with the Link 2, which is crazy, but it's 2 monsters including a Valmonica Link monster. Affected by non-Valmonica cards. What? That's crazy. It's just it's a towers for Valmonica, while you have 6 or more resonance counters on cards you control, which is probably pretty easy to set up. For each level 4 Valmonica monster you control, this gains 1 additional attack. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon monster quick effect, you negate this summon if you destroy the monster and then remove 3 resonant counters. I don't know if this card's going to put Valmonica into meta contention, but it's definitely going to help the deck out. I mean, the fact that it's just like a Vanity's Emptiness is kind of crazy. Or sorry, a Royal Oppression is the better term. Here's the other new Medolce card, Medolce Muganard Mio Karan. It's a Link 3, 2300. 2 effect monsters, including a Medolce. This card is Link Summon. You can add 1 Medolce card from your deck to your hand. Very broken. And you can target 1 monster in your graveyard. You can special summon 1 monster from your hand. If you do, shuffle that target into the deck. Not bad. So it's a free monster reborn, or free extender. Astral World Tree Illume still. Oh, so this is basically an Appaloosa, or sorry, a Link 5 that is for time, because you can basically, it's a generic Link 5, but you can quick effect, you can pay LP in multiples of 3,000. This can gain attack, but the more important part is each time your opponent special summons a monster face up during the main phase, you gain LP equal to its attack. So it's basically just like a dogwood for the extra deck. It's kind of crazy. Actually will be used in decks for time, which is just kind of crazy. Top Hat Hair the Silhouette Magician. What is this? Illusion Link 2. 2 effect monsters. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by battle. You can only use the effect once per turn. If this card is Link Summon, you can set 1 continuous trap directly from your deck that has an effect that special summons itself as a monster. So yeah, I think there's like a really broken trap that goes with this Link, so that's why it's pretty good. In this set, we'll have to go into it. Also, this card cannot be used as a Link material this turn. If this card in the spell trap card zone, special summoned to the monster zone, you can target 1 spell trap. Your opponent controls, destroy it. So it's like a really good extender with the trap that I think a lot of people are using as like a small engine. What's good, YouTube? What's up, Kendall Brown? How's it going, bro? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. What are you up to today, my man? Alright, so Millennium Monk. Oh, so this is actually a card in Infinite Forbidden anyway. Show 5 forbidden monsters from your hand or deck or face-up field. Then, so this is the future fusion for the Exodia fusion. Then special summon 1 unstoppable Exodia incarnate from your extra deck. Let me just remind you, it's this guy who is a Omni Negate. Also helps extend with these cards. Very cool. This card's broken, honestly. I'm surprised it doesn't lock you either. Like, you just have to play a bunch of bricks, so it could be used in other decks. Then shuffle face-up monsters you control into the deck, except for Exodia monsters who original level are 10 or higher, and Millennium monsters. You not special summon for the rest of this turn. After activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard, so it pays for itself, I guess. Shrine of Yugioh. Oh yeah, this is the broken Millennium card that we already reviewed. Exod Blaze, another Exodia card. Quick effect too, which is cool. One level 10 or higher monster you control with Exodian's name gains these effects. You can pay half your life. You can activate other cards or effects or their effects for the rest of the turn. Also destroy as many cards in the spell and trap card zone as possible. Then equip 5 Forbidden 1 monsters from your hand or deck to this card as it equips spells. Then give it 2,000 attack. This card attacks a defense position monster, Pierce. It's not very good. Like, I'm not even sure if you'd run it in that deck. This card's absolutely busted, though. It's the new Gimmick Puppet field spell. When this card resolves, you can add 1 Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to your hand. Gimmick Puppet monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, they are unaffected by your opponent's activated non-Xyz monster effects. So basically, they are immune to every... When this card's on the field, Gimmick Puppets are completely immune to all hand traps outside of Impermanence. So Impermanent is going to go to the moon with this deck out. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from your monster, then target 1 Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's side of the field. In defense position, you can only activate 1 Underworld Dolls per turn. So yeah, this is why like Vados, a lot of like Ghost Ogre will be great in the new format to get rid of this thing. It's going to be probably a secret rare. Liam 1-1. Panthers 1-1. What do you mean Panthers 1-1? Are the Panthers playing right now? Kendall Brown just got done with a coaching session with Yuri. Helped me review my replay. Yuri is the man. Alright, so MP7 top hat is a summon negate with Azurine or a Omni negate with a continuous trap from the set. Very useful in Whitewoods. Yeah, exactly. Dragon's Glory of Light and Dark. Activate 1 of these effects. It's a quick effect. Shuffle 1 level 8 dragon monster from your hand into the deck. If you do, add 1 level 8 dragon monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. It's not terrible. Target 1 dragon monster you control. Its attack gains attack equal to its level times 200. Imagine using this on Titanclad. This card isn't out for purely for us, by the way, because we can make our Titanclad like 5,000 attack with this. When a card or effect is activated that targets a dragon monster, you control negate the effect. This card's actually kind of good. I think for branded, frankly. It's kind of like a fun tech card, like the side. Legends of the Whitewoods. This is the really broken Whitewood spell card. If you control illusion or spellcaster monster, add 1 Whitewood monster from your deck to your hand. Very free. This card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect. You can set this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So it pays for itself. It helps pay for those Whitewood costs. Beware of the Whitewoods, another decent spell. If you control a level 6 or higher illusion or spellcaster monster, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it, and basically pays for itself. I don't think you run this. And then you have Whispers of the Sinful Spoil, which is a new Sinful Spoil card. You see the new Whitewoods cards on it, which is pretty cool. Target 1 illusion or spellcaster monster you control, return that face-up monster to the hand or extra deck, then special summon 1 illusion or spellcaster monster from your graveyard or banishment. Not very good, but if this card is sent to the graveyard, it pays for itself. I don't know. It's like okay. I don't know if you'd ever run it though. More Fiendsmith cards. Fiendsmith Practice. Add 1 Light Fiend monster from deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. Very broken. You can just search the Lurie, special summon it. Then you can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon 1 Fiendsmith. I think you do run this to kind of facilitate that play because it also helps you fuse. Fiendsmith Sanctus. This card I don't believe you any Fiendsmith builds really run. If you control no face-up monsters or all face-up monsters you control are Light Fiend monsters, special summon 1 Fiendsmith token. Also, you cannot declare attacks except for Fiend monsters. If a face-up Fiendsmith you control is destroyed, you can stop this card. So yeah, this thing's crash. Emblema Atonement. So here's another Centurion card. Bro, that field spell is Puppet Lock on its own. I know, right? MP7. Hold up. It is. Should we run in branded? Guys, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Let's get to 20 likes on the stream. 20 people watching. Know you guys can do it. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. It really does help support the channel. Gets the algorithm going. Helps show support for the channel. Also, you can just leave a dislike if you didn't like it. If you don't like the stream. Also, lets me know that I could be doing better. Always appreciate constructive feedback, guys. This card's another quick play. So many quick play spells in the set. Bash 1 face-up Centurion monster from your spell or trap card zone, then target 1 card your opponent controls, banish it. That's pretty good. This card will probably be around in the deck. If this card is destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effect, place 2 Centurion monsters from deck, hand, or graveyard. Wow, that's really good. Or banishment. It's not bad. Obviously, your opponent has to pop it, but damn, that would suck to pop it. Here's Vesper Gearsu. What is this? That's a lot of effects. Is that a... I don't know what monster this is. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than you do, your opponent can send any number of monsters they control to the graveyard. Also, you apply this effect based on the number they control. Have your life points. Your opponent gains 2,000. Banish your opponent's entire hand face up until the end phase. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn. This card's kind of trash because your opponent will just send cards to the graveyard to where it doesn't hurt them. Trap Gatherer. Let's equip a card. Gain 400 attack for each trap in your graveyard. After damage calculation, when the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by effect, you can send this card from your graveyard, set 1 trap from your graveyard. It's not very good. I was like trying to read it. Maybe it would be some lab support. I don't really think a lab would even bother running that brick, to be honest, or even paleo for that matter. Interdimensional Matter Translocator. Continuous spell card. You can target 1 monster on the field, banish it, then return to the field. What? That doesn't really do much outside of unequipping cards, but okay. Or like getting rid of, I guess it does get rid of like Apo's effects too. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can target 1 face-up monster whose effects are negated, banish it, then return to the field. Before you're resolving an opponent's card effect that targets this face-up card, banish this card until the end phase, until the end of this card turn. This card's really weird. I don't think it'll ever be useful, but it's cool. BBS, Be Back Sight. So this card's interesting, I know. Continuous spell. Each time a card other than BBS is activated, you can place 1 access counter. Max 10 monsters on your field gain 100 for each access counter. If an access counter is placed and the number reaches 10, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, set 1 continuous trap directly from your deck that has an effect to special summon itself as a monster. Also, the card set by this effect can be activated. This card's kind of bad. Raging Hellfire, Exod Flame. More Exodia support, guys. It's trap too. Let's guess it's bad. If you control a level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Well, that's not bad. This card is in your graveyard, except for the turn it was sent. You can banish it, activate this effect. Add 1 or 1 of these effects. Add 1 Exodia monster. Or forbidden 1 monster from your deck to your hand. Or graveyard. Shuffle up to 5 forbidden 1 monsters from your graveyard banishment to the deck. So, I guess it gives the deck a grind game. It's not a bad card. Maybe a 1 of, you know. And like that deck. Alright, Dark Magic Mirror Force. Wow, we get a new Mirror Force. When opponent's monster declares an attack or opponent's monster effect is activated that destroy a monster on the field, and a monster that mentions Shining Stark is on the field, the next time each monster you control that mentions Shining Stark would be destroyed. Is not destroyed, also destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. Also inflict 500 for each destroyed. Interesting. Not very good, but interesting. Service Puppet. I guess this is a puppet trap, right? The thing you're going to be searching off of the Machinix. Target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of Gimmick Puppet exceeds monsters control. Take control of them. Oh, if you control a Gimmick Puppet exceeds, you accept this turn sent to the graveyard, banish it, and then target 1 exceeds monster in either graveyard, spec it. So this card is like the Snatch Steal of the deck, which is like another win condition for the deck, but like not really. It's not good enough win condition at all. Woes of the Whitewoods is the good trap. Special summon 1 Whitewoods monster from your hand or deck. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one Whitewoods monster. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can pay for it and reset it. Very nice. Fiendsmith in Paradisium. I don't think this card's very good either. Target 1 level 7 or higher Light Fiend monster you control. Send all the cards on the field to the graveyard except that monster. It's not bad. If your opponent special summons a monster while this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this card, send 1 Fiendsmith from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. It's not terrible, honestly. I just don't think it's very proactive enough for people to really run it in their man decks. Even like, you know, Fiendsmith, like any sort of Fiendsmith brew. It's just not fast enough. Sangin Kaiho, which is the other Tenpai support card in this set. It's a trap too, which is interesting. During the main phase, if all monsters you control are fire dragon monsters, minimum 1, your opponent controls more monsters than you do in this main phase. If 3 or more attacks are declared this turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw a card, and then you can special summon any number of Tenpai monsters from your hand. It's like okay, it gives the deck a going first strategy, but it's not good enough in my opinion for like Tenpai hasn't been running this in the OCG, so I don't predict the TCG would be running it either. Guardian of the Voiceless Voice. This card is actually trash. It's the only Voiceless Voice support in the set, and it's straight trash. Basically, if a non-ritual monster is destroyed, you can spec one Skull Guardian from your hand or deck, but you can't spec new Skull Guardian. It's not a Skull Guardian monster. It's literally just Skull Guardian, the original Skull Guardian. And this thing is terrible. Like, why would you want this out? And it also gains attack. Woo. It's not very good. This card's trash. Don't run it. Valmonica Creator. New Valmonica Trap Alert. Valmonica links gain 1200 while you control 6 or more. You can only use the following effects per turn. Punk a special summons a monster. You can immediately after this effect resolves link summon one Valmonica monster. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can place resonance counters on one card in your pen zone, and then you can place resonance counters on until it has 3. So this card, I don't know if I presume you would run this in Valmonica. It seems good enough to run. Meta Aurora Drytron, the new continuous trap card for Drytron. Let's see if it's any good. If Drytron card is banished, you can tribute one Drytron monster, then target up to 2 of your banished Drytron cards, add them to your hand. You can reveal one Drytron in your hand, ritual summon one Machine Ritual from your hand or graveyard by tributing from your hand or field, whose attack equal exceed that monster's. Interesting. It's probably not that good though. I don't see like a Drytron player sprinting to cut the cards that they're already running for that card, frankly. All right, last 4 cards in the set, guys. We actually got through those. It's been a long one. Hope you guys are enjoying it, though. We've been learning a lot, though. This is really good information. I'm going to have to re-upload this as, like, an edited VOD, too, just because I've gotten requests to, like, kind of go through all the cards in Infinite Forbidden. I don't think enough people have really done that. And just kind of go in depth with each card and, like, you know, like, the uses and, like, how I think, you know, reviewing the cards and all that fun stuff, as we're doing right now. Madolche Dessert. Here's another Madolche trap card. Or, sorry, a new one. Target 2 effect monsters on the field, including at least one Madolche monster. Return those monsters to the extra deck or hand. Then you can special summon one Madolche monster from your hand or extra deck with attack equal to or less than the return monster's equal attack. If a Madolche card is returned to your graveyard or deck to the extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, you can attach this card as an excuse material. Not very good. Dominus Purge. Ooh, what's this? I love the art on this. Look at that. Cool art. The Japanese translation is Pulverization of the Holy King. Wow. I kind of wish we got that name. If your opponent controls a card and you activate this card from your hand, you can activate this card from your hand. When a card or effect is activated, that includes an effect that adds a card from the deck to the hand. For the rest of the duel after this card is activated from the hand resolves, you cannot activate Dark, Water, Fire monster effects. Also negate that activated effect. Then if you have trap in your graveyard, destroy that card. So this is another Ash. That's kind of crazy, right? It's just another Ash, but you can't do this on Branded Fusion at least, but it's another copy of Ash, guys, as a trap. So it'll be interesting to see where this card is a negate on a search. I thought it was a Droll, but no, it's more of an Ash. Silhouette. Special summon one. This card is an effect monster. Illusion Dark level 4. If this card is special summon, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of illusion cards you control and negate their effects. So this is searchable off of the new Link illusion. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by battle. So that'll be interesting as an engine with the new illusion Link monster. I think, you know, a lot of people will be running that in like various like good decks, honestly, because of how generic it is. It's just like a 2 or 3 card engine. And one of them is in your extra deck, so it's like not much commitment. 3 as 1. Oh my gosh, the last card is a Ojama card. Look at that. Look at that card art. They're just putting their butts together. They're just swirling them things. During your opponent's end phase, if the combined number of cards they control and in their graveyard is greater than the combined number of cards you control and in your hand, special summon 3 normal monsters from your graveyard. That sucks. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 monster cards you control with different original names. Set one spot trap card directly from your hand or deck that mentions all 3 of those original names. So, like, yeah, it's only ever going to set out Ojama cards. Like, no other card really mentions 3 specific names for any important archetype, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, guys, that was kind of the review on Infinite Forbidden. Now, what do I think of Infinite Forbidden overall? Let's do a little bit of a recap, a little bit of a overview. I will say Infinite Forbidden's looking really good. I think that depending on rarities, the deck or the set could kind of go to the moon. Because you have things like the Fiendsmiths, you have things like the Whitewoods. You have very good support for old archetypes like the Madolches, Valmonica, Memento, and the Millennium cards, and you do have and Drytron, which all these these are all and gimmick puppets. All these decks will be like tier 2 to tier 1. So I think, you know, it's doing a lot there. It's also adding so many good generic cards like the Caveman, the Woke after a Millennium, very generic. And then also obviously Multchummy, which is brand new hand trap in the game. That's basically Maxx. We haven't had a Maxx kind of card in a while, so I think that is going to be really cool to see. Definitely pick up your Multchummies. You know, it's probably going to be a secret rare, but I don't think it will be very good out the gate. So obviously it's something that you can, you know, take advantage of. I think. And then you have just broken archetypes, like I said, like the Fiendsmiths and the Whitewoods, which are going to really change the game and kind of push it forward. So I think that is kind of what we have to look forward to with this set. I'm going to take a small break. I'm going to play the rest of this Market Watch John Moore video and then decide what to do from there. We might play some ranked games or just chill, take questions, maybe some test hands. So yeah, guys, I really do appreciate you guys checking out the stream so far. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Let's watch the rest of this.
But this card could be a huge chase in Yu-Gi-Oh! With the moment where we're